Vishnu Sahasranamam. Shocking predictions regarding the Kalki avatar. There are approximately 25 incarnations of Lord Vishnu, and Kalki is supposed to be the last and final incarnation of the Vishnu avatars. There are numerous mysterious prophecies and predictions that date back to the times of Puranas that talk about the birth of Kalki. How true can they be? Is there a Messiah ready to be born, or has he already taken birth? Is he there to bring the world to an end and make the new age man pay for his ruthlessness? Let's find out. Kalki avatar, the prediction just before the beginning of the current age in which we are living, known as the Kali Yuga or Iron Age. Sage Markandeya recorded a conversation he had with the god. In a passage in the Mahabharata text, it is recorded that Vishnu spoke of a time during the darkest period of the Kali age when human values would deteriorate and falsehood would triumph over truth. Vishnu told how he would take a human birth in order to intervene and set the world on a new course. Lord Vishnu's statement in Mahabharata: when evil is rampant upon this earth, I will take birth in the family of a virtuous man, and assume a human body to restore tranquility by the extermination of all evils. For the preservation of rectitude and morality, I will assume an inconceivable human form. In the Kali age of sin I will assume an avatar form that is dark in color. I will be born in a family in South India. This avatar will possess great energy, great intelligence and great powers. Lord Vishnu's statement in Mahabharata: material objects needed for this avatar's mission will be at his disposal as soon as he will think of them. He will be victorious with the strength of virtue. He will restore order and peace in the world. Predictions and prophecies regarding Kalki avatar. The advent of this avatar has been known of and predicted for thousands of years in various holy books and obscure texts, including the Book of Revelations, Nostradamus in his book Centuries, The Ocean of Light, an ancient Persian manuscript of the Revelations of Prophet Muhammad, and the Shukhanadi Granthi, containing detailed prophecies of the Kalki avatar written on hundreds of palm leaf manuscripts by sage Shukha over 5,000 years ago. Predictions and prophecies regarding Kalki avatar. The time of great evil mentioned in the prophecies corresponds to the 20th century with its world wars, regimes of mad dictators and authoritarian rulers, nuclear weapons, famines, diseases, pollution, crime, violence, catastrophes, and worldwide decline of morality. The birth predictions of Lord Kalki. The Kalki Purana is an ancient Indian scripture which outlines the circumstances of the time and the place of birth of Lord Kalki. It also describes the predominant signs of the times which become so dire and needful that the Lord is compelled to assume a human incarnation. He does this at regular intervals throughout the evolution of humanity with the explicit purpose of uplifting the spiritual order. Only when a civilization is built upon a sound spiritual foundation can it exist and thrive in peace. You can't really ignore Kalki. Much of what is presented in the Kalki Puranas about Lord Kalki is allegorical in nature and therefore open to various interpretations. Those commentaries which have been written appear to have rendered the original scriptural treatise in a literal context rather than the highly symbolic one that was intended. However, one can point out that the precise astrological arrangements predicted around his birth are so specific and purposeful that it would be difficult to ignore them. Nostradamus on Kalki avatar. Take a look at some startling prophecies which were made by Nostradamus which clearly point towards Kalki avatar. Of the 3 water signs will be born a person whose holy day will be Thursday. His name, fame and rule will grow everywhere on land and sea and free the East from trouble. The meaning of this prophecy: this quatrain states that this person will be born from the 3 water signs of Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio, the 3 water signs, which can be the 3 water bodies of the Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, which meet at Kanyakumari at the southernmost point in India. This quatrain also states that this person will celebrate Thursday as his holy day. In none of the major religions except Hinduism is this so. Nostradamus' second prophecy. The religion called by the sea will overcome the sect of the Adalankatif, the stubborn sect of the 2 wounded men Alpha and Alpha. The only religion which is named after water is Hindu religion, named after the Sindh River. The Indians will defeat the obstinate sects, Here Nostradamus uses the word sex, not religions. Aleph and Aleph may mean Al-Qaeda and related group. Nostradamus third prophecy 12:23-12 Nostradamus third prophecy Oriental Fortier de Funfige, Pafferle Montsapnans, Voir Logal, Tranpersrelacia Leo and Naij, et Vienchafkan Frapper de Fogal. Translation: The Eastern man will come down from his throne and cross the Apennines into France through the sea and air and will strike the evil ones with his rod. This quatrain describes Kalki Avatar with his weapon crossing into France and destroying his enemies. Note that Nostradamus also sees the crossing through air. When and where will Kalki take birth? When the practices taught by the Vedas and the institutes of law shall nearly have ceased, and the close of the Kali age shall be nigh, a portion of that divine being who exists of his own spiritual nature, in the character of Brahma, and who is the beginning and the end, and who comprehends all things shall descend upon the earth. He will be born as Kalki in the family of an eminent Brahmin, of Shambhala village, endowed with the 8 superhuman faculties. By his irresistible might, he will destroy all the barbarians and thieves, and all whose minds are devoted to iniquity. He will then re-establish righteousness upon earth, and the minds of those who live at the end of the Kali age shall be awakened. The men who are thus changed by virtue of that peculiar time shall be as the seeds of human beings, and shall give birth to a race who shall follow the laws of the Kritya age, the age of purity. Vishnu Purana 4.24 The mission of Kalki's life is to destroy Kali, the equivalent of the Antichrist, in whose name the present age is named. Kali signifies a person as well as the vices which are peculiar to the sage. Kalki was given a white horse, which he rode during his conquests all over the world. What will happen once Kalki is here? Coming of Lord Kalki would be fraught with terror. Mindful of existing chaos world over. In the realm of Kalki, the goal of life is straight and clear, exhibiting almost same powers as Lord Krishna. The advent of is beset with preconditions. The annihilator of Kali Yuga would invent the world scene at opportune moment. Not a second before. All is preordained, predestined in the system of God. The coming of Bhagavan Kalki gets necessitated when adharma, lawlessness, bears its fangs with no reprieve in sight. When is he coming? This is the biggest question of all times. But God never directly manifests on Mother Earth. As per sacred Bhagavad Gita, so is never to be. In times of distress, a commoner dons the metal of Lord Kalki, the awaited Messiah of present times. All happens with grace of God. Nothing in cosmic system results out of nothing. Everything to minutest action is preordained, predestined. Is Kali Yuga at its final stage? The feet of Kalki would make the whole cosmic system go around, come full circle as stipulated in Hinduism's sacred scriptures. After a period of above 3,600 years, the coming of an avatar of an era is mandated. Life comes full circle every 3,500 to 5,000 years. If we have clock ringing 12 o'clock in the day, we also have 12 o'clock in night. The Metal Age, the darkest hour. Is World War III on the cards? Kalki would provide a sigh of relief to the ailing mankind after tremors of World War III that would devastate mankind forever. Albert Einstein once said, the Fourth World War would be fought with bamboos and sticks. His inference was totally correct. With the coming devastation when developments of science would come to a naught, it would not be centuries but many millennia before things returned back to normal. Why is Lord Kalki's appearance significant? 23:23 Why is Lord Kalki's appearance significant? Who would not agree that Earth has undergone an extraordinary deterioration of its biosphere? Who could argue that living a pure life on Earth becomes more difficult and challenging with each passing year? Who has not cried out about the social degeneration and political turmoil, financial chaos and pain and suffering caused by unending wars? Keeping aside every statement, counter-statement and arguments regarding the predictions and prophecies about Kalki, I really wish that he is out there, somewhere,